off the board. It's possible. He's a great player. Fresno State, well, they're really good. I can see why this number has gone up. It's now 6, and I don't know if it's done moving yet.
No, they're 6.5 starting to pop
already?
up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. There's, it's been a one-way freight train on this game.
I laid 4. I'm pretty happy with that.
Sure. I mean, they were it was low at 3.5 at the opener, and 4.5 for most of the week. So obviously, if you're coming to Fresno now, you're a little bit late to the party. That being said, I think when you talk about what's N'Keal Harry worth to a point spread, Arizona State doesn't have a boatload of playmakers.
No, they don't.
And, this guy had 10 touchdowns. He's a constant threat to go deep. He stretches the whole defense. When he says, I'm sitting, that's worth something.
I think it's worth more on third downs. I mean, this guy's money on third downs. He's a really good route runner. And, hit the quick sideline past him on 3rd and 8. He'll get you 9. He's not going to be there tomorrow.
I didn't see a whole lot of teams move the football on third downs effectively against Fresno this year. So having someone like Harry in the lineup could have and would have been a difference maker.
Tony Miller joins us on Fridays. Golden Nuggets with us every Friday. It's fun to talk to Tony. Big T at Gollum LV. He's joining us right now. What's going on, Tony? How are you?
Hey, Dave. Hey, guys. How you doing, man? Thanks for having me on.
I'll tell you who's doing well is Monster Lock. They a little bit of space opening up as we head down the home stretch in the Ultimate Football Challenge. I mean, he, she, whatever, has not clinched it by any means, but a little breathing room.
Yeah, for sure, Dave. Monster Lock's in first place right now with 68 points. But you know what? Between him and the top 5, there's only a 3-point difference down to 65 points. So with 3 weeks left, it's pretty close.
And now we get into the Bulls, so we'll get back to a situation where the contestants can play college or pro. That's the beauty of this contest. It's 7 college or pro sides every week. And noticed in tracking the top guys throughout the year, a lot of them were playing more college, way more college than pros. Last week, everybody had to play all NFL, and it looks like Monster Lock did pretty well with that. But this week, it's a more varied card.
Yeah, for sure. We know Paul Stone is very, very good in college football, and he had to take some time off there with no college games, but now he's back. So I expect him to close the gap. I think it's going to be a great finish at the end.
Speaking of great finishes, I guess from a house standpoint, you would have preferred that the Chargers not make that 2-point conversion last night. So how'd the game work out?
A KC win between 1 and 3 would have been perfect. But you know what? We still did very, very well. We gave some back on the Charger money line, which is okay, but the house did good, and that was a great game to watch.
So let's take a look at some of the action in the NFL for Sunday. Starting with, what do you think, Dolphins and Vikings. What are you seeing down at the Golden Nugget?
We skipping Saturday's games, yeah? Going straight to Sunday?
Yeah, let's talk about the games that matter.
Okay, buddy. Sounds good. Let me catch up here. Minnesota, we're sitting 7.5 on the game and total 44.5. And right now I got all Viking money. But we're a Minnesota house, and they support me here quite a bit. And I expect to probably be at 7.5 for a while, maybe close at 8 come game time.
We want to talk about the high-volume games, and this is going to be one of them. I think this is going to be a really high-volume game because it's a big game for both teams. Dallas is obviously in great shape now to win the East, but they still want to pick up wins, and it's a huge, huge game for the Colts. What's going on in that Cowboys-Colts matchup?
Yeah, you're right, Dave. We're sitting at Colts 3 right now, 3 on the game, total 47. You're right, such a big, big game for the Colts, and Dallas kind of needs it too. So, but we're getting two-way. Good two-way right now in this game. It's going to be one of the premier games in the morning, and we'll see where the ball flies.
Tony, you're a Cowboys guy, but this is from an unbiased standpoint, just from a money standpoint. Are you starting to see some serious consideration from future players who want to grab one of the longer shots that they think has a real chance to get to the Super Bowl? And I think Dallas fits that bill.
They did. They bet them with me already, Dave. We had them, when they were on that kind of a bad streak, we had them up there pretty high, and they bet them down, and they got great prices because of the way they've played now. So it turned out good for the bettors, and see what happens.
So I was all tempted to take Green Bay plus the points this week. I found a great quote from Aaron Rodgers saying we still got a lot of fight left, and then I started looking at the state of the offensive line for the Packers, and considering that matchup against a pretty stout Bears defense, one that made Jared Goff look like a rookie last week. Green Bay, Chicago, fun matchup to consider. What kind of action are you seeing downtown?
Yeah, it's good action, Teddy. Good. These are two very public teams at the Golden Nugget. Green Bay gets a lot of support here, but the Bears, they've been playing with their defense, and I'm sure Aaron Rodgers is going to have one eye on Khalil Mack the whole time he's on the line, and we'll see what happens. But we're sitting at the Bears right now are -6 with a total of 45, and I'm getting a little bit more Green Bay money plus a 6. I'll be going to 5.5 probably.
I got to admit, I'm a little surprised by one thing. I thought the Patriots and Steelers might get flexed into the Sunday night game because, the Eagles and Rams, all right, but Patriots and Steelers is the game this weekend. I mean, this is an absolutely huge matchup. And you've got all those trends on the Belichick side with New England coming off a loss, and you got the Steelers, who are a much better team at home than on the road. I think this game's going to do phenomenal volume.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. It's a great afternoon game. I thought it would be the later game also. Man, but you see Brady now. He's coming off that loss. Him and Belichick looked kind of silly at the end of that game last week. And, man, they're licking their chops. And Pittsburgh's kind of in disarray right now. But never count them out. You know how Big Ben is with his offense. So should be a great game in the afternoon.
What are they doing with the betting in that game? I know the Patriots are going to get the public dollars. Are the sharps coming in on the Pittsburgh side?
They are. They're coming in on Pittsburgh a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. There's some 2.5 -20s out there. There's even a 3 even. Wow. But I'm getting Pittsburgh money, so we'll see where I end up game time. I know the public will be on New England.
Of course, that system. What is it? 20-0.
20-0. Yeah.
Yeah, for New England off a loss.
I know somebody who's going to take a shot that it's 20-1.
Huh?
I'm going to take the Steelers in the game.
Huh? Nah, that's one that. When you remember what happened last year, okay, in that game where it got decided on a very controversial non-touchdown at the end, which ended up being the difference in New England going over or under 12.5 wins for the season. I mean, it was a huge decision for home field in the AFC. Maybe Pittsburgh does get the call this time around, but am I going to bet? Am I going to step in front of that 20-0? Huh? You can.
It only hurts for a minute if it loses.
Yeah, depending on the minute. I had the Eagles when they went to New Orleans, and that hurt the whole game. That was an absolute wrong side loser. It was over in the first quarter. It was a knockout blow delivered by the Saints. So that one hurt all game. Well, it probably didn't hurt all game because by halftime I wasn't even worried about it. Here we're looking at the Eagles traveling to face the Rams this time. And again, bettors expecting not just a beatdown, an absolute knockout blow for L.A. What are you seeing, Eagles-Rams Sunday night?
You know what? Right now, Teddy, I'm seeing all Rams. We're at 11.5 on the game. The total's 52.5. But wasn't it about, this time last year, remember when Foles came in out of nowhere?
Yeah.
And here we are again. I know Philadelphia's got a long road to climb to get back into things, but don't be surprised if they keep this game close. And Jared Goff just hasn't looked the same to me in the last few weeks. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Wentz got hurt in this game last year. It was Foles that came in and lit up the Rams' defense.
I know what I still think it's the biggest fluke I've ever seen. What Nick Foles, honestly, what Nick Foles did in the playoffs last year. I mean, he's a backup quarterback, and
Joe Flacco, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, but Joe Flacco,
Trent Dilfer.
But Joe Flacco was a starting quarterback, a real starting quarterback.
Right.
Foles, to me, has never been a starting quarterback. Tony, I thought it was the run of a lifetime. I just can't see it happening again.
Well, come on, look at their team. They're defending Super Bowl champs. They just haven't looked right this year with Wentz. I know they've lost some running backs in the Jai early in the season and whatnot.
Secondary's a disaster.
Secondary, you're right, is a disaster. We can start for them in the secondary any week. So, you know what?
Maybe you can because you used to play defensive back. I can't.
I still think 11.5 was a little bit too much in this game, but we'll see.
Yeah, when you talk about quarterback, you can't forget Mark Sanchez led the Jets to back-to-back AFC Championship games. Okay,
I never thought. We're going to have an argument here. Mark Sanchez happened to be the quarterback on two teams, Jets teams, that were fantastic defensively.
That's like Eli Manning's got a whole career off of that.
Well,
he happened to be the quarterback,
I'm not putting
and the guy happened to catch the ball off his head. And the 49ers happened to fumble a punt, a muff a punt in the fourth quarter. And Eli Manning, he's got rings.
But Sanchez, I just never put him in that category. All right. Saints and Panthers. The Saints actually had a non-cover 2 weeks ago against Dallas, and they got outplayed in that game. This team's been magic all year long as far as the spread's concerned. I'm lucky. I've been on them a whole bunch of weeks, and I got lucky with them last week against Tampa, and it was lucky. But Yeah, look, I know people are trying to build a case for Carolina. I'm not seeing it, and I don't know why this game is this going to get to 7? To me, it should have been 7 anyway.
Yeah, Dave, this game might get to 7. I know it's going to come off that 6 and head up. Very public team here on Monday night, and the way Carolina's been playing the last few weeks just doesn't look good. And Tampa Bay did give the Saints a little game last week, up until halftime, and but they're going to take that 11-2 record, and they want to keep it rolling, especially with the Rams sitting 11-2 also. So if the Rams win this game on Sunday night, you can bet that number's going to go up on the Saints come Monday night.
And by the way, I noticed that checking around the global markets, Drew Brees is now the MVP favorite. He's moved past Mahomes. That's interesting.
And I think so he should. He set some records this year, and he looks good, and he's got a great offensive team. And, so I think he's done well. I think he deserves it.
You know what else I think? I think if it comes down to a decision between those two, I think the sentimental vote, because, he's nearing the end, whereas Mahomes probably has another decade to win his share of MVPs. I have a feeling that undecideds might lean to Brees. What do you think?
Yeah, I got totally agree with you. Sentimental is the key word there, and he's done well in his career, and why not give it to him?
Because Patrick Mahomes is the most valuable player in the NFL this year. That's
I agree with you, Teddy. But,
and it's not that close. But Brees Brees may well win it, and certainly the betting markets are reflecting that.
I would agree with what you said. I think Mahomes is a slam dunk in terms of my opinion as to who the MVP is, but. By the way, just who's going to get a couple of votes, as weird as it sounds, and he won't win. Amari Cooper has been an MVP for the Cowboys. That's how good he's been.
Hey, maybe Jerry Jones should be owner of the year. What do you think?
I mean, he just got trashed for that trade. You know what? What cracks me up though is Jones is now. He's bragging like crazy about this one now, but it's like, it's like, well. Everybody said I did the wrong thing, and I turned out to be right. Yeah, well, there's still Roy Williams, okay?
Sure, yeah.
You didn't get that one right, buddy.
Acorn, yeah.
Great point.
All right. Hey, listen, what's going on this weekend at the Nugget?
Dave, we're winding up the NFR downtown here at the Nugget,
yep.
and tonight is our last country show. We got Jamie Johnson in our showroom tonight, our last country act, and then back to 52 Fridays next week with Grassroots.
Oh, now you're talking. See, I'm not familiar with Jamie Johnson, but Grassroots I'm very familiar with. And I was around when their stuff was brand new. And they had some big hits, let me tell you.
They tell you, man, they sure did.
All right. And while you're down there, you got to check out the sportsbook at the Nugget. The refurbishment was just absolutely sensational. And while you're there, sign up for a mobile account so you can have the Golden Nuggets in the palm, numbers in the palm of your hands at all times.
Yeah, for sure, Dave. We're a freestanding book here. Yep. We make our own lines, our own numbers, so we're kind of unique, and we got some different things others don't have. So come get the mobile app and bet right from your hand.
It's always a pleasure, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Tony Miller does a great job down at the Nugget. He is one of the really great sportsbook guys in this town, no question about it. And go down and see Tony and follow him on Twitter at GollumLV. When we come back, we will get to our Joe's Angle of the Day, and Kelly Stewart will join us to talk about some Saturday bowls.
The Las Vegas Sportsline.
I'm with Cliff Miller from MJ Christensen, and I want to talk about pre-owned Rolexes.
We can locate it. We can bring it in. We can save you money. So it behooves you to come by MJ today and look at some of the most wonderful pre-owned Rolexes and all other brands that you can imagine and save money.
And it comes with the pedigree because you've got the papers.
We've got the box. We've got the papers. We've got a 1-year warranty. You can't beat these deals.
MJ Christensen, located at Boca Park. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive offers.
The bait was so tempting. Free trip, gifts, then you got hooked by the sales pitch, bought the timeshare, and you've regretted it ever since.
The maintenance fees kept increasing, and we just didn't want to deal with it anymore.
It was not anything like what they showed us when we bought the timeshare.
Timeshares aren't a day at the lake. They're all catch and no release. Unless you talk to Resort Release. We can release you from that timeshare legally and permanently. A+ rated by the BBB. A 100% money-back guarantee, and our clients' 5-star reviews tell the story.
You kept us informed the entire time. There was never anything hidden. Absolutely wonderful.
Be the one that got away before 2019 maintenance fees are due. Call now for a free consultation. 888-308-5955, 888-308-5955, or resortrelease.com. They catch, we release. Resort Release, 888-308-5955, 888-308-5955, or resortrelease.com. Call now.
If you're in law enforcement, military, or security, you can save 20% on all your tactical gear at the new location of IDO Tactical. And if you log on to IDO Tactical's Facebook page, you'll find even more savings. Just another great way for you to save a few bucks on quality tactical.